that self-accountability and that self-awareness, man, I think it's something that can be taught, but it's easier when you've seen examples.
That and people scared to look in the mirror, man. Like many times throughout my life, man, I had to look in the mirror. There's many times that I didn't want to look in that mirror, to be honest with you. Like, and I mean that figuratively and like literally. Like it. I went through a period of, especially at like my 20s, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. Like head down, brush my teeth type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and when I started to be able to pick your head up, look yourself and say, hey, this is where we at. Now, if you want to go somewhere else, you got to look yourself in the mirror and get there.
Yeah.
And like you say, self-accountability, it was hard, but it was like necessary. Even to the point where I'm at now, it was necessary. Everybody ain't built that way though. Like some people just want to blame everybody else, you know. But you can't grow, you can't progress if you keep, you know what I'm saying, keep blaming everybody else, you know. And I'm one of the people always been like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying?
That's me all day. What could I have done differently in this situation? Or how could I have avoided this? Or even, how do I make sure that this doesn't happen again? What are the signs before whoop happened for me to really be able to hone in and say, okay, that was a sign right there. Okay, this was another sign. So that way when it happens again, I know I don't want to go down that path. I was not feeling my reactions, or I knew I wanted to change this. So moving forward, it makes a difference.
My girl always says, she's like, you're always so considerate. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't.
I can see that though. I can see that.
But I literally like, and she right to an extent. I'm always like considerate of everybody in their
and patient.
You know what I'm saying? And I try to be. But to be honest, in the last community and having to deal hear these issues that people deal with, right? You have to have a heart of empathy, empathize with them, not have sympathy for them, but have empathy for them, and like know, like, okay, this person might have had, like, based on the time that they grew up, like black men that grew up during the 80s in Miami-Dade County, like McDuffie,
that's
crack,
right.
You know
Everything,
like when you factor all that, and you wonder why they all hate the police the way they do, like, you feel me? So they grew up in the era where police been killing black men, you know. Overtown, Liberty City.
They lived through that riot.
They lived through the riot. Not only the riots, and people don't realize that the riots, you know, sidebar, but the riots happened from the 1980 was the first one, the big one that everybody remembers.
That's the one that I know about.
Yeah, McDuffie, right? But people don't realize that we rioted almost all the way through from 1980 to like 89. You feel me? They had 85 at least, because they had. We had the Quiet Riot, which H.T. Smith and a lot of others, the black professionals, pioneered later, which was like 89. I think it lasted from 89 to 92. But from 80 to like 85, the National Guard was here, was called down to monitor the streets.
I know they were called down, but I didn't know they stayed here that long.
They stayed here that long, yeah.
That's insane.
And people don't, because after the McDuffie, it was multiple riots because things kept happening. You know what I'm saying? Black men kept getting killed, you know. Don't quote me on it, but I know Nathaniel LaFleur, I think that was before McDuffie. Neville Johnson was after McDuffie.